$1,000 payment to anyone who reports an illegal immigrant, leading to their deportation.
DeSoto County District Attorney Matthew Barton says if you're living in his county without immigration status, they're going to fine you.
So think of it somewhat like Crime Stoppers.
He says he's working on a bill that would pay $1,000 for information that leads to the deportation of a person living without immigration status.
DeSoto County, we've had over 1,000 undocumented immigrants come through our county jail here in Hernando over the last 4 years, which is more than twice as much as the previous 4 years.
House Bill number 1484 defines a certified bounty hunter as, quote, a person who possesses a valid unexpired license as a bail bond agent, general bail bond agent, or surety recovery agent, and is certified under this act to find and detain illegal aliens in this state, end quote.
My first move would be to request that list of registered bounty hunters.
Find and detain. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do root well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in 1/3, and Adawan Ratazah. This lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And the water Yahbashim Shai Bashim Rakakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, the horns of hatred draw near. All right. Or the horns of hatred draweth nigh. Okay. So something along those lines. But pretty much these few articles that I've seen during the week have been pressed on my mind for a couple of days now. So I put a couple of things together. All right. And I just want to touch on the current, situation going on here in Babylon that is specifically targeting Jake. And one thing that I also want to mention as well is that I'm observing, not only is the powers that be are at play, but you are now starting to see ground level Edomites, average everyday, six-pack drinking Joe Edomites getting involved, getting riled up. All right. That ancient hatred that Esau possesses, that he showcases mainly in numbers directed towards Jake. And I also want to add this in really, really quick that for the Jakes out here that are in America, born in America, believe that they're Americans, you are not exempt either. Okay. You are not exempt either. You just had this Haitian. Let me show that. Let's just put ICE Haitian, and I'm gonna grab a scripture, okay? But I just want to put this out here to show you that this is not. I don't know why that came up. ICE Haitian immigrant, okay? This is not just a Spanish targeted theme, okay? This is not just for Jake, as in the Northern Kingdom. Hold on, let me put it like this. I'm probably putting it in wrong. I want to get the guy that they just showed, which I believe that was, I believe they did that on purpose. Okay, I believe that they put this in particular individual in his face, okay, to let the public be in fear of this boogeyman. But now, if you notice, this is across the board, okay, brown and black, black and brown. And I actually got a scripture for that. Okay, but before I get that, let's get into something real quick. So let's go here, okay, and let's actually go. Let's take it way back. Let's go to Genesis 27 and the mindset or the spirit that Esau comes in. Okay, then will I slew my brother Jacob. So you get ready to see some ancient hatred, and a lot of our people fail to realize that they are not exempt. They're thinking, well, I'm not illegal. Well, I'm not. And one thing that I noticed with our people is when something happens to an individual of your nation, as in when Jake sees something happen to another Jake, his mindset isn't we're under attack. His mindset is, well, I'm not under attack, but this is what it's going to be. You will be. They're going to target you as a nation. Okay. So Genesis 27, real quick. Let me snag this. Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob. Esau being the so-called white man and woman whose lineage goes back to the patriarch Edom. And you also have Edomites that look like so-called black and brown people as well, you know. So you got to be careful. As the old saying goes, not all skin folk is kinfolk. All right. Just like how not everyone that looks like Jacob, being so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, is Jacob. So we have Edomites that look like us, and we have Jakes that look like them. So this is why we have to truly stay locked in the spirit, stay close to Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, but let's keep going. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his mind, okay, when the Bible refers to said in his heart, this does not mean what they call the organ that is the engine that pumps blood through your body. The heart means the mind. Just real quick, if you did not know, okay, my typing today is just terrible. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Heart. Okay, it's not the hollow. Jacob did not think in the hollow muscular organ that circulates blood. Okay, he thought of this in his mind. All right, so you need to understand the mindset of Edom. All right, and a lot of our people are not considering the mindset that Esau is going to come in these times ahead, and they're gearing them up. A judge proposing a bill to give a struggling patriotic family $1,000 to lead to a deportation of a legal immigrant in America. That is the perfect recipe for allowing the horns of hatred to show. Okay, let's go back. All right. It says, Esau said in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And this is what Esau has done. He has broken that brotherly covenant. And how has he broken it? By violence against his brother. Okay, so Esau, Edom, is getting ready to showcase the hatred that he was created to have. And not only that, he's going to get paid for it. Okay, and this is why I brought up this individual. Okay, because let me just put Haitian gang. Let's try that. All right. This is why I brought this up, because how are they going to differentiate? Okay. I just had to use a $7 word. How are they going to differentiate who is legal and illegal? So what about the Jakes across the board that work here, that live here, that have had to march? No justice, no peace, BLM, things of that nature. What are you going to do? You are not excluded from the horns of hatred, okay? Because just because you might be here legally, quote, end quote, that does not mean that you are now exempt from the horns of hatred towards you when they've been showing their hatred towards you. And then to add in the suppression that Esau has had to deal with these past 4 years of the woke movement, where he was getting canceled, you know, pretty much they put a collar. All right. They put a collar on this mad dog. And now dog E is about to get let loose. All right. And Trump is the perfect owner to this mad dog to let loose out here in society. So Jake is in for a very rude awakening. Okay. So now that I got that point out the way, let's keep going. I found this as well. 6 days ago, sheriff encouraged illegal immigrants to self-deport, but what he said was southbound and down. Okay, so they're telling you right now you need to leave. Now, is this an ancient spirit that Esau has been in the past pertaining to Jake in his land, or Jake trying to cross through his land? Absolutely. Okay, now let me show you an account in the time of our exodus out of Egypt on the way to the promised land. Like right now, we are in a spiritual exodus before it becomes a physical one, which is why the prophecy says we will be pilgrims. So in this travels, as we're waiting to leave, all right, you're dealing with a pushback from Edom, just like in the time past. Now check this out real quick. Numbers 20 and 14. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh or Kodash unto the king of Edom. Right now, the king of Edom or the king of Babylon is Nero. Okay, and Nero was and is a very vile, evil ruler over the people, and specifically Jacob. All right, this is why there was a clash with Nero and the Christians in the time of Rome. Okay, let's just real quick. I want to put this in. Nero. Let's try this. I know Christian, but let's try it. Nero hated let me see. Let's just see what comes up. All right, there's Rome burning. I just want to see. There's no evidence the emperor. Okay, but then what about who were the Christians then? But the Christians were, and then they had Jewish Roman wars. So see, that's why you can't listen to AI all the time. However, his reign did see the start of the Jews. So he doesn't hate them, but he went to war with them. Let's just let that settle in real quick. So no, there's no evidence he hated them, but there is evidence, however, that in his reign he went to war with them. Shut up. This is why Tawadiya Bashim El Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. Now, anyways, let's try this. Hated the Christians. Let's see what comes up. Boom. So he didn't hate the Israelites, but he went to war with the Israelites. But then he also blamed the great fire of Rome on the Israelites who are identified as Christians. Now, one in particular thing we know the truth. We know that Christians are Israelites. I'm just curious now, is AI going to say it? Was the first Christians, Jews there. Let's see what it says. Like, what you got? Boom. There you go. So look at how we just answered it. So Nero didn't hate the Jews, but he went to war with them. And then he hated the Christians and blamed them for the fire. And then we find out the Christians were the Jews. So we already know these. So it just answered it. Okay. So now this guy who waged war, Jade Helm, Rex 84, keep those things in mind, Jacob's Trouble. Now he's in office and now he's getting the ball rolling. This is a very beautiful thing. So would the king of Babylon, so is the people. Wow, that's a beautiful precept. Let me grab that real quick. Let's go to that. All right. Let me get that in Sirach just for real quick, just to make this point. This is Sirach 10. Okay, I might have to check the verse of the day as well. Let me get this real quick. Sirach 10. I'm going to show you something. This is what Esau needs. Sirach 10 and 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Boom. So if you got the ruler of that city saying he's showing horns, then the people within the city are going to reciprocate that same energy. Hence why you now got Kentucky having triple K flyers telling immigrants to leave. As the king, so the people. As the king, so the people. So if the king says, I hate you, then the people say, I hate you. If the king says, I love you, then the people have to act like they love you too. So those 4 past years, Esau's hatred was suppressed. Now he can let loose. And this is all prophetically. So as the king, so the people. Now let's see how the king reacts and how the people will react. And we can see it, man. And Jake, you ain't just going to be able to drive down Babylon looking too fucking cool for school, looking like a pretty nigga on the way to go pop another snow bunny, and that gang of Edomites ain't going to tear your little black ass up. So, and don't remember, the black woman said, if she sees cops pulling you over, she ain't helping. So you're divided. Okay. You're divided within your own nation, and you're behind enemy lines. Oh, yeah. Jacob's trouble's about to get very real. This is Numbers 20 and 14. It says, the king of Edom, thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that has befallen us. So this proves Esau was aware of what was going on into us in Egypt. Did you know that? Esau was aware of us in Egypt. Did he come to help? No. Did he send Delta Force? Absolutely not. All right. So these people know, just like right now, Jake don't got a spirit yelling and rebuking Africa. Why is Jake not rebuking Africa since you're African? You know, it says how our fathers went down into Egypt and we dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, he heard our voice and sent an angel, which is Yahushai, and brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh or Quadash, a city in the uttermost of thy border. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. So right now, so this is what you would call the illegal immigrant scripture, okay? Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. Is that what these immigrants are doing? Are they not looking for a better lifestyle that Babylon has promoted to the world after he stole and conquered this land, which is prophecy? But after he did that, he then bragged and boasted to the rest of the world how better he was. And now he's mad that people want to feel the better treatment that he has presented to the world in the name of democracy. And now look how he's treating you for you trying to get a slice of that pie too. But I thought that's what the whole point of about the democracy was. Wrong. It says they'll bring their children to the murderers. All right. I know a couple Northerners that were specifically born in, places like Puerto Rico, outside of Babylon, even though they're technically a part of it, blah, blah, blah. But I know Northern Jakes that specifically were not born in America, but now are living here because that's prophecy. Okay. So let's keep going. It says, let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through thy fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy border. So they were asking to pass through this land so it'd be a quicker route to the promised land instead of taking the long route. Or like now, remember you had Jakes that were from the antebellum South, and they had to pass through the Mason-Dixie line to get to Canada. Okay, like where I'm at in Rochester, New York, we had the Underground Railroad Station, and the first Underground Railroad Station in Rochester was Church Zion. Let me show you that real quick. First, and we actually did lessons on this. I'll actually show you that. We actually did lessons on this. Now, let me see. Is there a playlist? How do I get to the playlist? Go home. Let me see here. Or would it be my channel? Let's see. Go here. Your channel. And then where the hell would it be? Playlist. Right here. Okay. Underground Railroad through a biblical lens. Okay, right here. On location, Underground Railroad Station.
All right, Shalom.
Okay, so here in Rochester, if you wanted to flee from the south, okay, and make it through Edom's land to get to the promised land, which at that time would have been Canada, you would have to go through the south and the north just to get to the Lake Ontario. Okay, so Jake has always been trying to get through Edom to get to freedom. All right. And how does he treat you? With force. And I'm going to grab that real quick. So I was going to go into it, but you see right there that you can look it up yourself. Now let's go back. Now, what's he say? And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. So now this is where we're at. Jake has passed Edom, but now he's stuck in the land of Edom. And now Edom is getting ready to show his horns of hatred. He's not just deporting you because of this. They're using the angle. I'm not saying they're not problems or situations, but he's using that angle so that he could come down with a violent force in the eyes of the public, so it doesn't look like hatred, but it looks like justice. That's why he showing you the ICE arrest this gang and the cartels are now T-Squad. I'm not saying they're not wicked, but within that, this is why he needs these talking points so that when he comes down with force, you're just, the general public's going to say, another gang member off the street. That's why I was going back with these jakes that are riding around and just, popping and drinking and, thinking with the little head. You niggas are done, man, because the majority of Jake in America, all you've done is just freaked off, committed adultery, committed wickedness, want to be a podster, want to be a gangster, want to be a rapper. Well, now all that energy that you've put out to make your little money and videos, now the man is about to come down on you in a warlike manner because you've been able to walk around playing gangster. So now he's building a case, he's building an image. So now when he treats you like a gangster threat, don't fucking cry to your mother because her ass gonna be locked up too. Okay, the black woman isn't gonna be able to hug her way out of it. All right, remember that years ago? Let me see. A black woman hugs cop, hugs officer. Thank you, white soft officer. You ain't gonna be able to look. And he died. This little Jake that they used for this psyop, him and his family ended up driving off of a bridge mysteriously. What's up with that? You ain't gonna have this in Jacob's show. He kind of looks northern, but let's just say it's an Edomite. You ain't gonna be able to rest your forehead on a white shoulder in Jacob's trouble, okay? Unless it's your last dying breath. You ain't this. The white girl, black girl relationship is about to end too. Okay, all this bullshit. Y'all ain't having this in Jacob's trouble. Okay, give me some. There you go. There you go. It's gonna be a different vibration in Jacob's trouble. I want that one iconic picture. Black woman hugs cop for buying groceries. Let me see if that comes up. Thank you. Look, all praise him. All praise to the white man. Y'all gonna go from APPTMH to APP white H, white M. White man. Look, see? Oh my God. No, you're not. This is not the energy in Jacob's trouble. Okay? This will not be the energy in Jacob's trouble. You're gonna see the horns of hatred. He is not gonna be expressing love in that day because he's gonna have the legal right to bust ass. Watch. All right, let me keep going, man. Let me make sure I didn't miss any point where I was talking. Genesis, yeah, we got that. Okay, let me go back. Now, going back, Numbers 20, okay, Numbers 20 and 18. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. Is not Edom the Lord's sword? What is that? Psalms 17 and 13, just real quick. I'm sure brother probably posted it. The water for the precepts, my brother, which these are all the building blocks of what we're talking about right now. But Jake is not ready for these conversations. Psalms 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul, the elect soul, from the wicked, which is thy sword. So Esau is getting ready to sharpen his horns with his sword that he was blessed with. See that? So he said, I'm going to come out against thee with the sword. And then when Jake wants to try to, look, I'm not one of them. I'm here to help. El Sharpton, all that bullshit. And the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway. And if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And Edom said, and he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. There you go. So this is the energy that Esau is coming with. Nope, you can't pass through. Nope, you can't buy your way through. And no matter what, I'm coming out against you with a strong sword, with a strong people. Now what? So Esau is ready for war. Esau is ready to war against Jacob. All right. And Jake thinks that he's going to be exempt. It's southbound and down. So that sundown town spirit is about to spread. Sundown towns were all Edomite communities in Babylon that forced non-Edomite people to leave by sundown. All right. Oh, and that's spiritual because leave by sundown, but in the times of Egypt, when it was night, that's when the destroyer angel came and we had to be inside. So this proves that when that sundown town spirit befalls Babylon, Jacob's trouble, then the blood of the lamb is what's going to protect us. Let's actually grab that real quick because that's a very good point with the times that we're in, and also Passover coming up, because ultimately at the end of the day, the judgment is going to be from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, so we're going to need a divine covering. All right. Now, real quick, let me I want to put this in, but I also want to grant yes. Okay, so let's go to Exodus. Let's make this spiritual point real quick. Nothing wrong with making spiritual points, right? I don't want to make this too long because I got to get ready for camp. We're going to do a sit down before camp as well, so you could tune into that. But let's go to this real quick. Exodus 12 for my northern brothers, Dose, for my northern brothers out there running from ice. Exodus 12 and 22. This is where we're at in the spirit. Let's see, Exodus 12 and 21. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb. Who's our lamb? Yahushai. According to your, because why is even Esau allowed to attack us? Because of the curses. Esau's allowed to put his hands on us as a punishment. So Esau now can't punish who the Lord has delivered. Esau can't punish who the Lord has preserved. Esau can't punish who the Lord is protecting. But not all Israel is protected under the blood of this lamb. It says, according to your families, and kill the Passover, and ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel at the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out at the door of his house till morning. Why? Now with the time we're in, because there's about to be a sundown town spirit out here. Okay. Now some of us be pilgrims, but you know what I'm getting at, meaning that there's going to be a darkness of judgment upon Jake very, very soon. So spiritually, we're going to be walking in this spirit though, having the blood on our doorposts, which is what our house, and this house is this body right now. So that blood is over us. This is why we drink the yayan at Passover, because we are drinking symbolically the blood of Yahushai to cover us. And you're going to need that covering, because if not, Daddy E going to be able to get his hands on you. Uncle E is going to be able to touch the nephews and nieces of Jake, man. And it's going to get real out here. He's going to show those horns of hatred, man. And this is why it's a blessing to have the name. Okay, because now when you go down, ultimately that judgment will be from Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, like the destroyer. And look, it happened what? At night. It happened at sundown, or past sundown, because it says at midnight. But you get the spiritual point that I'm making here. Okay, so I just wanted to pull that out real quick. Okay, so now let's keep going. Okay, we got the Numbers account. There's also the first Maccabees that came to mind when Esau specifically came against us as the Greeks, as it was prophesied he would. You know, the rough goat being the Greeks, goat horns of hatred, Esau. You put it together. This is math, baby. It's happening. Look at that. As the king, so the people. Because he wasn't talking. He was talking, but he wasn't able to talk like he's talking now until Trump got in. So this is why you're going to start seeing those horns more. As the king, so the people. Now he can say this without getting canceled, without a mo in a like rally outside of their department. Esau's about to start putting feet, hands on ass out here, man. All right. So now is the time for you not to be shooken up when you start seeing niggas get their heads cracked. And they're going to do it in the name of, well, I thought he was an illegal. ICE going to make niggas put ice on their heads. Okay. It's about to get real. Let me just get this. And also Jake going to be a terror too. Hey, I speak as a man. I can see this is what's going to rouse them up. They're going to get roused up because they're going to be getting jacked up. So Jake going to have to fight back too. So it's about to be a skirmishes out here, man. Okay. Now, there was a precept I was going to grab, but it just escaped my mind. Let me see again. Esau rousing up. Okay. Let me just keep going. If it comes back, it comes back. Then we got the sundown towns. All right. So you're going to start seeing this spirit more with the immigration, the angle of immigration. Then we got the KKK in Kentucky, which they already don't like niggas to begin with. So now now Esau's using the angle of illegal immigrants to come down upon Jake in general. They're using the illegal immigrant tactic to come down on Jake in general. Just like during slavery, they will come down on Jake because they thought he was a slave. Remember Solomon Northrop? See, it's the same playbook, same hatred, same playbook. Raise it, raise it. Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So Esau's always been in the spirit. He knew you were locked up in Egypt. He knew the Babylonians were destroying you. He came down and fulfilled prophecy of the abomination that maketh desolate. This is all according to plan. So Esau gets to really show his horns when he's allowed to pertain into prophecy. Just like when the Lord told Satan, do this, do that, but spare his life. So Esau can only do what he's allowed to do according to prophecy. And we are getting ready to see the last hurrah of Esau's hatred on Jacob pertaining to prophecy. All right. So this is now the time to lock in with the Lord. Okay. But I also had this. Okay. Because within all that, you're going to see a pushback from Jake to a certain degree. This is why it says, who shall rise him up? Genesis 49 and 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion. And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? So these certain things going on can rouse Jake up, because how is Jake going to react to being an actual citizen of America, doing what he was required and now being treated in this fashion? So this could be the buildup that's needed for these prophecies to play out as well. A pushback. All right. Isaiah 19 and 17, and the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. And you're starting to see on a small scale that now, but you can see how Judah being roused up, becoming a terror, then leading to ultimately not just the average everyday Edomites, KKK, things like that, but the militarized aspect of Edom has to crack down. Now they got the Delta Force the Delta Force is now targeting the cartel. So, hey, the Delta Force is ain't nothing to play with on Esau's aspect. So we're getting ready to see, man. Okay. It says, everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he has determined against it. So you're getting ready to see a clash. Okay. You're getting ready to see Jacob versus Esau. And we'll end it off on Sirach. I believe that's 33. Okay. Which ultimately it's going to be good versus evil, because we haven't even touched on the aspect of the elect, the divine intervention, the spiritual power. So there's a lot to talk about, man. There's just so much to talk about. So we're just hitting in particular points when the iron is hot. All right. Let's get this Sirach 33. And let's just go to about 10, 11. Let's see. Sirach 30. Let me see. Did I grab it? Okay. Real quick. Sirach 33. And let's see. Let's go to let me see. 13. It says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him. Ultimately, at the end of the day, this is all the Lord. Okay. At the end of the day, this is all the Lord. All right. This is all the Lord. This is Cain versus Abel again. Jake versus Esau. Good versus evil. But this time, Abel ain't gonna die. Okay. You know, this time the good will prevail. Evil has been able to conquer for a long time. So now that good can prevail. And it says, as the clay is in the potter's hand, but the jakes that do perish, all right, those are 2/3. Okay, that's all it is. It says, so there's going to be some racial tension, okay, clash tension, gender tension. It's going to be out here, man, and you can see it. You can see it. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liken him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. Who's death? Esau. Who's evil? Esau. Who's the good? The elect, Jacob. But there's 2/3 of Jacob that have to be put down because of their evil by evil. Okay? So is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly, because we're going to be roped into this as well. But there's going to be a difference put upon us, okay? Just like in the time of Egypt, all right? So there's going to be a separation even in the midst of this annihilation, this desolation, okay? So a lot to talk about, a lot's going on. You know, keep your eyes fixated on prophecy. Esau's coming up with catchy slogans for his tribulation against Jake, southbound and down, okay, sundown towns, all right. You got the KKK using immigrants as an excuse. They're only using illegal immigrants as an excuse to come against you. They're only using this excuse, okay. And now the brother posted it, so I'll end it on that. Every time I get ready to end it, another precept comes up. So it's all good because the famine's coming too. The water for lighting up the comment board, my brother. So let me get this. What's that? Psalms 55:21. They're only using the illegal immigrant angle as an excuse to come against you. They're only using the illegal immigrant excuse to come against you. Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. We got to stop these immigrants. Well, how are you going to tell who's an immigrant, who's not? That's another thing. How can they tell who's an immigrant, who's not? White man. Let me go to this real quick. I got to wrap this up. Okay. I got to wrap this up, but hold on. Oh, white man, help me. How does ICE know who is illegal? How? Kanye, ask Sway. How? ICE typically conducts investigation on individuals and either rely on database, AI, or field surveillance to gather information about them. So could not the MOTB be used so you can identify who should be and who shouldn't be? Couldn't the MOTB help with that? I'm just saying. I'm just a man in this forsaken mortal flesh, but these are thoughts that are coming to mind pertaining to prophecy. I'm just asking. Let's end it right here. Where's my Psalms? Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. War was in his heart. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, black woman that's lived here all her life and have twerked and busted open for me. Can I speak to your son who I think might be an illegal immigrant? See? You're not exempt. You ain't exempt. How you going to be able to tell the difference between an illegal immigrant and a legal one? See? His words were softer than oil. We're going to get them. We're going to do what we have to do. This is what we have to do. It's so beautiful. Yet they were drawn swords. Southbound down. Southbound and down. Okay? He's showing you. Yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. There you go. So at the end of the day, we are in a good position. The Jacob's trouble, that's for Jake. We're the Israel of God that will be saved out of it. So this is necessary building blocks of prophecy, man. Okay, so the horns of hatred draw near, and it's getting ready. It's getting ready to clash, man. So I'm gonna leave it there. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.